Hello and welcome to Healthy Lifestyle Tips, your trusted source for all things health and wellness. We are here to share with you a wealth of knowledge, insights, and practical tips to help you live your best life. Our bodies are incredibly complex, intricate machines, and one of the key components in this biological marvel are the glands. These tiny powerhouses are the conductors of our body's symphony, controlling everything from how we metabolize food to our mood swings. One of the most intriguing aspects of these glands is how they regulate some of the most fundamental aspects of our existence: our sexual functions, body fat distribution, and weight. Understanding these mechanisms can not only help us lead healthier lives but also help us understand our bodies better. Today, we will delve into the fascinating world of glands, more specifically, the one that controls sex, fat, and weight loss. To understand the role of this particular gland, let's first understand what glands are. Glands are like special factories in our bodies. Their purpose is to produce and release substances that perform a myriad of tasks within our bodies. These substances, known as hormones, serve as messengers traveling through our bloodstream and triggering various physiological reactions. There are two main types of glands: exocrine and endocrine. Glands, such as sweat glands and salivary glands, release their substances directly into specific locations, a local delivery service. On the other hand, endocrine glands, like the thyroid or adrenal glands, release their hormones directly into the bloodstream. This is more of a long-distance delivery, with hormones traveling throughout the body to reach their target destinations. These glands are crucial for maintaining our body's balance or homeostasis. They regulate everything from growth, metabolism, and tissue function to sleep, mood, and reproduction. They are like the body's control centers, constantly working behind the scenes to keep things running smoothly. However, it's not all rosy. Sometimes these glands can malfunction, leading to a host of medical conditions. For instance, an overactive thyroid gland can lead to weight loss, increased heart rate, and nervousness, while an underactive one can result in weight gain, fatigue, and depression. Now that we know what glands are, let's explore the one in focus today. Meet the hypothalamus gland, a small but mighty component of our body. This unassuming structure nestled deep within the brain is about the size of an almond. But don't let its size fool you. The hypothalamus is the linchpin in the delicate balance of the body's functions, and it plays a pivotal role in controlling sex, fat, and weight loss. Let's delve a little deeper. The hypothalamus is located right above the brainstem between the pituitary gland and the thalamus. It forms a key part of the brain's limbic system, the emotional center of the brain. But the hypothalamus is not just about feelings. It's like the body's personal assistant, expertly managing a vast array of critical bodily functions. Well, the hypothalamus is like the maestro of a grand symphony, conducting the release of hormones from the pituitary gland. It ensures the body maintains a stable internal environment, a state known as homeostasis. It regulates everything from body temperature to hunger and thirst, sleep-wake cycles, and, yes, our sexual drive and body weight. Now, speaking of sex, the hypothalamus is like a master switchboard receiving signals from different parts of the brain and sending out hormones in response. It influences the production of sex hormones, which, in turn, control the development and function of our reproductive organs. On the matter of fat and weight loss, the hypothalamus also plays a starring role. It's the body's hunger control center, sending out signals when you're hungry and when you've had enough to eat. It helps regulate body fat by controlling the release of hormones that affect our metabolism and how we store and burn fat. But it's not just about the physical. The hypothalamus also influences our feelings of reward, pleasure, and satisfaction associated with eating. In other words, it's deeply involved in our relationship with food and our body image. It's clear that the hypothalamus plays a crucial role in our body. The hypothalamus has a significant role in controlling our sexual behaviors and reproductive functions. This almond-sized part of the brain is essentially the command center for many of the body's essential functions, including our sexual responses. The hypothalamus communicates with the rest of the body through the secretion of hormones. These hormones are like chemical messengers traveling through the bloodstream to reach specific targets such as the sexual organs. The hypothalamus produces gonadotropin releasing hormone, or GnRH for short. This hormone signals the pituitary gland to release two other hormones, luteinizing hormone and follicle-stimulating hormone. In men, these hormones stimulate the testes to produce testosterone and sperm. In women, they trigger ovulation and the production of estrogen and progesterone, essential for reproduction. But it's not just about reproduction. The hypothalamus also plays a role in sexual desire. It responds to sensory input such as touch or sight and triggers a cascade of hormonal responses that can lead to arousal and sexual activity. It's a complex process, but one that highlights the incredible power of this tiny part of our brain. However, the hypothalamus doesn't work alone. It's part of a larger network of brain structures that all contribute to sexual behavior and response. It's a fascinating area of study and one that continues to reveal more about the intricate workings of the human body. So that's how our hypothalamus influences our sex life. But what about fat and weight loss? The hypothalamus also plays a key role in controlling our body fat and weight. Let's delve into this fascinating subject. The hypothalamus, a small region of the brain, is the command center for many bodily functions, including the regulation of body fat and weight. The hypothalamus communicates with other parts of the body through the nervous system, allowing it to control the balance of energy in our bodies. This energy balance is crucial for maintaining our body weight and fat levels. When we consume food, we take in energy. When we exercise or simply go about our daily activities, we expend energy. The hypothalamus ensures that the energy we take in matches the energy we expend. If these two are not balanced, we either gain or lose weight. One of the ways the hypothalamus maintains this balance is by regulating our appetite. It responds to a variety of signals from the body, including levels of certain nutrients in the blood and hormones like leptin and ghrelin. Leptin, produced by our fat cells, tells the hypothalamus that we have plenty of fat stored and don't need to eat. Ghrelin, on the other hand, tells the hypothalamus that our stomach is empty and it's time to eat. By responding to these signals, the hypothalamus controls when we feel hungry or full. The hypothalamus also impacts our metabolism, the rate at which we burn energy. It does this by controlling the release of thyroid hormones which regulate our metabolic rate. If the hypothalamus senses that we have too much stored energy, it can increase our metabolism, aiming to burn off the excess. So with its control over appetite and metabolism, the hypothalamus plays a vital role in maintaining our body weight and fat levels. It's like a conductor orchestrating the complex symphony of signals and responses that keep our bodies in balance. So the hypothalamus indeed has a crucial role in controlling sex, fat, and weight loss. It's fascinating, isn't it, how this tiny gland in our brain has such a big impact on our lives. We've delved deep into the wonders of the hypothalamus gland, and it's clear to see just how instrumental it is in regulating some of the most vital functions of our bodies. We started by exploring the basic nature of glands, those remarkable little factories of hormones that keep our bodies ticking like well-oiled machines. This led us to the star of our show, the hypothalamus gland tucked away in the central part of our brain. Yet, wielding an influence that extends to every corner of our bodies, we discovered how this unassuming gland takes center stage in controlling our sexual behavior. It's the maestro conducting the symphony of hormones that direct our sexual development, behavior, and reproduction. It's been a fascinating journey, hasn't it? Uncovering the secrets of how the hypothalamus keeps tabs on our love lives. Then we turned our attention to another crucial aspect of our lives, our weight and body fat. We found that the hypothalamus is an essential player in this sphere too, acting as a thermostat of sorts for our body fat and weight. It's always striving to maintain a balance, keeping us healthy and in shape. And let's not forget, the hypothalamus does all this while also juggling other vital roles, like controlling our body temperature, sleep cycles, and even our hunger and thirst. Truly, it's a multitasker like no other. So the next time you think about your health, remember that little hypothalamus gland? It's working tirelessly day in and day out to keep you in the pink of health. It's a reminder that our bodies are marvels of nature, intricate and beautifully designed. Thank you for tuning in to Healthy Lifestyle Tips. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful videos on health and wellness. Remember, a healthy life is a happy life.